So this is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be so honest with you about your mindset. But first I want to welcome you. Let's talk about this challenge. I'm really excited about this challenge. I want to tell you what we're going to be doing and why you want to make sure that you're showing up every Monday Pacific 5 p.m. Excuse me. And why that's so important for you to do. Because look, this is the truth. You, my friends, are in charge of your financial future. Your financial, your emotional, and your time freedom. You're in charge of that. No one is coming to rescue you. Okay? No one. And what I mean, and for those of you who are new to me, you might be like, oh my God, that woman is like so straight shooter. Right. So I want to let you know my core values are truth and time. So I never beat around the bush. I really am direct because I don't want to waste people's time. And this is why I'm so transparent about, oh God, look what happened. And the Zoom thing didn't work and blah, blah, blah. I'm transparent because I believe strongly that, I give to you the very things I respect about my own coaches. And what I actually wish I had gotten was the truth, right? Because so let's start with this. The truth is, if you want a business, you better put your damn CEO hat on and your business owner hat. Now I know we're all therapists, helper people. We love helping people. Let's just level that up and say that's a known. We love helping people. We love our tools. I'm going to teach you two of my favorite tools right now in a minute, right? We love that stuff. But you know what? If you want to make money and you want to have freedom and you want to have the life that you say that you want, because you say, y'all tell me what you want. If you want that, you got to work for it. You are the only one who's going to make it happen, right? You are the only, and this is the good news. When you master the skill of showing up, overcoming your fears, or working through them so that you can show up, when you get to the point where you're able to bring on your ideal client and have so much fun and joy and gratitude, and you're humbled that you have relationships with the most amazing people in the world, because I feel honored to have all my clients. They're so freaking amazing. When you get to that point, then this, like, for example, this whole pandemic, then you won't be freaking out. Then you won't be so crippled with fear. When you recognize that you have an opportunity right in front of you, hello, I'm helping you, to have multiple revenue stream. Thank you for all the comments. Yes. 8 p.m. Thanks for answering each other while I'm talking. I'm going to give you the bottom line, the truth here, right? This is the bottom line. Okay, somebody's like, I realize you need to click oh, okay. Sorry. Like I got sidetracked because somebody just private messaged me and I won't do that again. Please don't private message me. Put whatever you want to say right here. We're all transparent. So you're the only one. So this goes to your mindset. This is the biggest skill that you need to master. And I know you all are therapists, so you all think, oh, I know. You don't know. You don't know. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm going to just push this down so that I'm not saying that. Because is everybody hearing me? Because the way that that's coming across, it's as though you can't hear me. Can you all hear me and see me? Yes? Yes? Yes, I'm assuming that y'all can hear me or you wouldn't be here. That's all right, Anita. It's okay. Can everybody hear me and see me? Like, give me hearts right now. Okay, thank you. So back to, look, I want to tell you that, and this is the truth. So for those of you who don't know me and this is the first time you see me, hi, I'm Mary Bignell. I'm a clinical social worker. I'm a former psychotherapist. The only reason I keep my clinical license is to market to you, so that you know that I know what I'm talking about, so that you know that I have experience. Thanks for all that love. Yes. So that you know that I have experience in the therapeutic world. So it builds my authority. Okay. I don't need it for my life coaching clients. I have a life coaching leg to my business, a revenue stream in my business called the Regret Proof Life. And that is all mindset. That's for really working with women who are overthinkers, are very stuck, and helping them recognize they need to regret proof their life, which is what we're going to talk about some today. But really what that is, that means that, girl, you're responsible for your own fucking life. Like, that's the truth. You are responsible. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to bail you out. You are in charge. And so in this moment right now, I want you to get crystal clear on why you're even showing up today and why you're going to be showing up for our challenge. And make sure also, FYI, thank you again for inviting people. Make sure today, if you have not gone in and found an accountability partner, you need to do that. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing next week. So you're going to have assignments every day. You're going to be showing up. I can see who does what. I can see who invited whom, and find an accountability partner. Why? Because that's what you need. Most of you, if you were going to do this on your own, you would have already done it. You're not doing it on your own. That's why you're here. Find someone. Go and look in the member area. Let me see if I can. I'll turn this around and I'm going to be talking and telling you what to do at the same time. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tell y'all what to do. And so y'all do it, for God's sake. Okay. And here's my beautiful view. So if we go right here to the members area, right? You can go right in here and then scroll down and look up people. Look, here's Tracy, and Denise, Janae, and Angela, Daria, Cheryl. Like, go in here and look around. Find some people. These are your colleagues. These are your peers. And they are here because they want what you want, my friends. They want to have an incredible life. So they need support just like you need support. So this is like, if you want to be visible, this group is the place to be visible. This is why I moved this group into a private group, and it's not in the one that has 3,600 people in it. So the 170 or 80 people that are here, you know, we're all serious about making this happen, right? So this is my point, is I want you to go in and make sure that you find an accountability partner. Also make sure that you're doing the assignments. Now I know some of you live in different time zones, so I totally 100% get that you won't be able to necessarily be live. And I totally get that. One of the other things I want you to do is go in and actually, do your introductory Facebook Live. Now, some of you have never done a Facebook Live before. So since I'm on the phone, I can't show you. I will show you some of the technology next week. I'll like push the button, all those things, because I just want you to have it with ease. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing next week. It's really the who, what, when, where, why, and how of showing up for social media. How to get visible. Now, there's strategy behind this. I'm going to tell you the bottom line. There's strategy behind this. I want to give you some of this introductory. I want to challenge you right now, and the strategy and what maybe you might do and who you might work with. You know, that's like the next level stuff. That's the stuff I work with my private clients with, or I work with my masterminders, or I have a brand new program which I will be talking about at the end of the week called Empire Building 101. Actually, it's not a new program. I haven't offered it in a little while, and it's pretty cool. So if you have ever thought about working with me and you know, oh my God, I don't want to do a mastermind that's for a whole year, and you don't want to just do self-study, this is the thing for you. You still have a ton of one-on-one time with me, and it's a group program, and there's only between 1 and 3 participants. Sometimes there's just 1, sometimes there's been 3. So it's super hands-on. Anyhow, I'll talk about that later at the end of the week. Every day builds on each other. Every day builds on each other. So let me tell you, thank you for those of you who answered the questions. Let's get into the training now, okay? And then I'm going to read what you wrote in just a second, because I want to be a resource and answer your questions today. Okay, so this is the bottom line. This is my bold truth to you today, okay? As many coaches as I've hired through the years, and I wanted to let you know that if you, let me just say this with all honesty, if you've never hired a life coach and you're wanting to sell life coaching, or if you're like overweight and you're saying how to lose the last 10 pounds and you haven't done it, if you've not even hired somebody one-on-one for even a singular coaching question or coaching session, right? Go do it. So I know that in this group, there's some of my clients that are brilliant. I'm going to encourage them that if somebody reaches out to you, clients who are in here now, they don't even know this. This is me just being spontaneous. I usually never say do a one-off, but I want you to look around, those of you who have never hired somebody, and if there's a coach in here, and so I'm going to say any coaches, any of my client coaches, I'm going to start a separate, I'll start a separate thread for you, and I'm going to encourage you to put your calendar link in here, and I'm going to encourage the rest of you to go to one of my former clients' which of course they're not all on here. So now I'm going to have to go and invite them all. And I'm going to encourage my former clients and even my current clients to go ahead and offer somebody a one-off session. And I'm going to encourage you, if you've never hired a coach, to hire one of my former clients or my current clients so that you get to experience brilliance. So that you get to experience what it's like. Oh God, I have chills. I'm so excited. You get to experience what it's like to actually hire a coach and be coached. If you don't understand what that's like to invest in yourself for transformation, if you don't know what that's like and you've never done that, you will never sell your coaching business successfully. Let me say that again, because I know that some of you are like, this is what's coming up for you. This is how well I know your mindset. Some of you are like, I can't afford coaching, because what I teach my clients is coaching is an investment. And if people want to make a transformation, have a transformation, they will invest in themselves. And that my clients are brilliant, just like I know you all are. You have something that's so freaking amazing and transformative that, of course, people need and want that. But this is what I want to say to you. If you are having the thought, that's mindset, this is all about visibility. So I'm like, this is part of the training. Hello, wake up. If you are in a place right now where you're thinking, oh, I can't afford to hire a coach, or it's a pandemic, or anything like that, you're not going to be able to build your own business. You're not going to be able to create a different revenue stream. So let's say whatever service you're providing right now, therapy, I don't know, whatever your title is, and please put your titles in here, what you want to coach people on, and what your current, title is, or what your current business is. If you want to utilize social media to sell, to market, to make people aware of you, and you've never invested in yourself, and me even saying, go hire one of my clients, and the thought is like, oh my God, I can't afford that, or oh, I don't need that, you're never going to sell your own services effectively. You have to believe that you are worthy and worth investing at a high level to learn a new skill. And let me tell you, it's all about the skills today. And you have the skills. You just might not know how to sell your skills. I know you already are brilliant, but the truth of the matter is, if you have never hired someone and experienced what that feeling is, and this is different, by the way, than paying $150 an hour for, I'm going to hire a therapist. It's completely different. Psychologically, it's different, because when we go to a therapist, it seems like that's okay, because we don't look at therapy, hiring therapists, as some big transformation thing. Most people, I'm going to be general. When we hire coaches, however, we know we're going into that relationship with some kind of massive transformation goal on the other side. So if you're not the kind of person who wants massive growth, and you're like, well, I don't really, I can coach people, but I don't need to hire you. Like, I'm telling you, you're all screwed up. It's like, it's ass backward. That would be like, a toothless dentist trying to sell me a toothbrush. Like, if you don't have any teeth, so if you've not, the other thing too, if you've not experienced investing at a high level to learn business, like skills with me or a life coach, my life coaching package is it's actually $4,800. And I've paid life coaches $5,000. Why? Because I wanted the thing that they knew how to help me transform. So if you don't know what that feeling is like to invest in a business coach like me, or invest in your own life coaching at a high level, you're not going to learn this. You're not going to be able to overcome your mindset stuff to sell it. I know I've said that repeatedly, because that's why am I going over this repeatedly? Anybody get it? Anybody understand why I'm chewing on this? Who can put in the comments why I'm saying, if you've not purchased or invested in coaching yourself and you think you're going to be successful selling it, I'm telling you, probably not. And maybe that's just like such a harsh reality, but it's the truth. Nobody's commenting. That's because that shit is real. Okay, I'm being so real, and I'm not trying to be like Debbie Downer. I'm being so candid and so honest with you, because I know that what you want, and I know that you have a big, amazing goal for your life, right? Jessica says you've hired a mentor and to learn about your healing and intuitive skills. Yes, right? So when you've hired somebody and you know what that feels like to make that level of investment. See, this is the funny thing. This again is mindset stuff. We don't think twice about investing, 100 grand for a master's degree, right? We're like, sure, I'm getting a master's degree and all the initials behind my name, that's going to validate me and people are going to flock to me. They don't, right? Let me see what else we're writing. You have to experience what to talk about. Yes. You can't believe in something if you're not investing in it. Excellent. Julie says our brains need to be rewired on this. Repetition helps. Thank you, Julie. I like the reality check. Thank you. Meg says you have to have felt the sense of it. Exactly. And I want to say Pavi, please, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. She does sustainable and functional space design, simple solutions to everyday life. Love that. When I did my master's degree, I hired a therapist, because if you don't think you're worthy of investing in yourself, why would you be able to sell others on investing in you? Exactly, Carol. Lori says, and y'all, you need to reach out to Lori. She's brilliant. She's one of my former clients. I help women who feel stuck achieve radical physical and emotional relief faster than any other therapy, so that having amazing and great relationships, health, and confidence. Y'all, you need to just reach out to Lori and hire her for a couple sessions. She has a technique that she she trains on, you guys. I mean, she's so brilliant. So, and I know y'all are like, I don't know, I'll think about it. So, your mindset, your money mindset, this goes to your money mindset too. And then we're going to get into this formula. So your money mindset is one of the other pieces of the puzzle. So for some of you, like I said, you don't think twice about, right, Lori says invest in yourself first. You are the best investment, you guys. You are your own best investment. Let me say that again. You and mastering your thinking is your number one priority right now. Your number one priority. Why is that? I can create a perfect, amazing layout, every single thing as a business plan for you. I've been doing this. So for those of you who don't know me again, right? So I've had my business, my online business for over 7 years. And so I went from, and I found these the other day to show you guys today. I went from the relationship tour guide. Look at these cards, you guys. Mary Bicknell, the relationship tour guide. So when I started my coaching business, I was a relationship coach. And these are like $1 a piece. It's like, this is like silk on here. By the way, do not invest in any business cards. Let me just say, you're building an online business. You don't need these. That's why, look at all of them. I still have a whole bag of them. Why? Because I didn't want to give them out because they cost so damn much. Really backward. But look how cool that was, right? I loved it. I loved my branding. I hated coaching and relationships. Your money mindset is so important. So part of the journey of showing up and being visible online is you owning your own worth, you owning the value. And I appreciate so much. And why I say this is like, it's all tied together. So again, I've had my online business for this October will be 7 years. Now I've done speaking and I've done online the last 1.5 years, 2 years almost, really all my clients are from being on a phone, on a computer. Do you get the power and the amazingness of this? And even if you're afraid at first, this is what you're going to be doing next week and even today. I'm going to give you some skills today to work on. Hi, Barbara. So the bottom line is your mindset is so important for you to work on, and your thinking, and we're going to walk through some thoughts like how to process your own thinking. Why that's so important is because when you're trying to make an offer to somebody and you're trying to say like this and not like this, but basically like this, hey, buy my stuff, I'm really good, I can really help you do this thing, I can help you with this goal, I can help you achieve this result. If you question your ability to do that, if you're afraid to show up, you're never going to make the money that you want. Forget whatever you end up charging, whether it's $5 grand, $2 grand, $10,000, whatever the number is, it becomes irrelevant if you're not valuing your own ability to support someone. And so again, you have a thought, because we are institutionalized, that of course you're going to invest in, a degree, but most of you do not have any business skills or marketing skills. And most of you who have never invested in life coaching, which is different than therapy. And mastering your money mindset and mastering your thinking and mastering the way you value yourself and your ability for transformation is your only priority right now. Like, literally, it needs to consume a significant part of your morning time. You need to have a time, and I'm going to walk you through a couple formulas that you can utilize. You need to have a time when you're actually fully engaged with people, or with your thinking, and what you think your worries are. So let's get into that, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to start this, and this will be a little tricky. So I'm going to do this like this. Let me see if I can do it like this. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to have to back this up a little bit. And the reason, obviously, we're doing, oh good, I can see my own camera now. Okay, great. Let me put my hand here, because there's a delay, guys, by the way. If you haven't noticed, there is a delay. Okay, oops. Okay, it was good. No, it's not. All right, let me pull this up. So I'm pulling this up right now, and there's a delay. There we go. It was good. And all right, there we go. Okay, so there's these two formulas. One is called the fear breakthrough formula, and one is called the results formula. Those of you who are cognitive behaviorists, you're going to notice that this is classic cognitive behavioral stuff. So I want you to take a second to think, holy shit, this is awesome. You can use some of your skills, some of your skills that you learned as therapists, and actually tweak these. You can actually kind of tweak some of your learning, because I know that's a worry that some of you have. What am I going to do with the big old box of clinical skills that I have? You can actually use this. So I created this formula. So let me start with this. So this is all around your mindset, right? Your mindset or your thinking. Okay. So the very first thing here is this fear breakthrough formula. And oops, I forgot a letter. Okay. So it's JFEAR. This is what I want you to do first when you're thinking about what it's like to show up online. The number one thing that happens for you is that you have an immediate judgment. You have an immediate judgment. You have and a judgment is like a thought, right? And so I want to tell you the number one thing, the number one blind spot that most women have, most people have in general, is their fear of judgment. Their fear of judgment of themselves and their fear of judgment of other people, right? What are people going to think of me? I'm trying to move this a little bit. What are people going to think of me? What are people going to say? What am I going to think about myself, right? There we go. Okay, good. What are people going to think about myself? What are people going to, what am I going to, what if I let myself down? What if I fail? What if I succeed? You have all these what ifs. You have all of these thoughts. What if I show up online and oh my God, and it's like Facebook doesn't work and people are here and oh my God, what am I going to do? Like all this judgment that we can have to ourselves, right? So that's one of the reasons that you are held back. Your fear of judgment. Your worry of judgment. Your worry about what other people think. I want to tell you the truth. The other day, what happened is on Fridays, I have a fuck it Friday picture that I put up on social. And at first, when I got some of my new branding photos, I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of playful for me, but it's also like, I want to wake you up and snap you out of your worry. Like, it's just not like gratuitous cussing. It's more about sometimes you just have to say, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Like legit, like literally, sometimes you just have to be like, fuck it, I don't care what other people think. So what happened yesterday, which was Good Friday, which I don't celebrate that. So I didn't even like dawn on me. I put out Fuck It Friday, and every Fuck It Friday has like a transformation, a mindset, like a breakthrough. Like sometimes you just got to say, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. Like whatever. Right. And this woman messaged me and she's like, how about Good Friday instead? And there would have been a time, I'm going to tell you the truth. There would have been a time that I would have been like, oh my God, somebody's upset with me. And now I'm like, fuck it. Why? Because this is the thing I want you to think about. The point that when you get to not worrying about what other people judge about you, there will come a time when your judgment, your good judgment of yourself is more important than what freaking, whatever her name was, Diane. And if there's a Diane here right now, I don't mean the Diane that's in this group, obviously. Okay. And what I said as a response, not to her, but I posted it. And I said, somebody obviously didn't understand my intention. And this is the bottom line. She's not my ideal client. I don't care about her judgment. My ideal client is appreciative that I'm direct and I'm extremely knowledgeable and I'm an expert in a lot of areas about building a business. And I understand what it's like to transition or into from therapist to a coach, or bring a business online, or some of my clients have $1 million businesses. So I'm not just a coach for therapists. I am a coach for women leaders who want multiple revenue streams. Now you see me do a lot of marketing for therapists to coach, and of course I'm an expert in that area. I also work with women business owners who want expansion. She's not my ideal client, so it didn't matter to me what she said. But I understand this is why we're here today talking about mastering your mindset, because your fear of judgment about yourself and other people. Let me tell you some of the top fears of judgment. Are you ready? Fear of success. And as I'm saying these things, write this down. Fear of success, fear of failure, right? So let me explain a little bit about what this looks like. So in this, what we're doing right now, you just jumped on, we're doing the fear breakthrough formula, and it's J fear. Write that acronym down. J fear. The J we're talking about right now, judgment. So a lot of people have the fear of judgment and the fear of success. And I believe that they're kind of like cousins, okay? So this is what it looks like. This is where you sabotage yourself, you guys. This is where you get into procrastination. So when you have a fear of judgment and what if I succeed? Now, psychologically, what happens is we are community, even though it's like we're all isolated now, but this is just like, I'm going to speak as though the pandemic isn't going on right now, right? Which is like, hello, let's take a breath. Oh my God. That's another conversation that I wish y'all were actually here, and maybe I'll do a Zoom call another time where we can all just have a convo about it. Who would love that? Hearts, hearts, hearts. Who would like just a normal conversation with the 200 of your closest colleagues to have a conversation like, oh my God, we're in a pandemic, right? I think I'll do that next week. I will open that up. But what happens is when you have a fear of success, this is what the root is. Are you ready? Who here wants to hear that? Put some comments so I can see your comments. Yes. I want to hear what the root cause of fear of success is. You're going to be surprised. This is what it is. Fear of success, we like to maintain status, and our brain is designed to protect ourselves. So our brain says, oh my God, if you become successful, your sister is going to think you're an asshole. Your sister is going to be like, who do you think you are? Or you're going to have more money and you're going to want to do other things. And your poor friends or your colleagues or whomever, your brother, your sister, your mom, they're going to have a comment about that. Let me give you some examples of some of the comments that my clients have said, their families have said to them. Are you ready? You just focus on money all the time. Who do you think you are? Who's ever going to buy that from you? Oh my God. Where's the supportive, like, of course, make a, $300,000 working from home in your pajamas. Or of course, work 2 days a week, making 50 grand a year. Like, you get to do what you want to do. And so your fear of success comes from your worry, your brain saying, we have to stay in community. This is your tribe. And if you are outside the tribe, number one, you're alone. And number two, the tribe is like, who do you think you are? Okay. Who can resonate with this? Who is like, oh my God, that is totally it. That is so it. I'm going to look at the comments here. This is weird that I can't. So true. So true. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. It's so true. So let's talk about fear of failure. It's kind of the same thing, but see, the fear of failure typically is where you let yourself down. One other thing about fear of success. This is some of you. If this is you, let me know. And I usually sit with my foot under me, so I feel funny not sitting like that. The other thing about fear of success, again, this is mastering your mindset for visibility. Do you understand that if you're afraid to be successful, you're going to undermine your ability to show up and be visible to market? Does that make sense? Hearts, yes, yes, yes. So the other thing about fear of failure, fear of success is this, which I'm going to turn this again so you can see behind me the judgment, is some of you are already tired. You're already weary. You already are feeling like, oh my God, I'm already doing so much. I'm so responsible. I already have so much on my plate. I feel like I'm already working so hard, and I fear success, or I worry about success, or the judgment around success is like, ugh, am I going to be able to sustain that? I'm already freaking exhausted, Mary. This is the truth. Already, this is me again being transparent with you. You don't know what you don't know right now. Okay, this is so true. You don't understand this concept. Get ready. Write this down and really explore this today. I want you to explore what concept you have around hard work. Because so many of us have been indoctrinated that hard work, that's the only way you're going to get success, is hard work. Hard work means you're going to just grind it out and work yourself to the bone. My goal for you is that you define hard work differently. Now, I'm not saying I don't work hard. The way I think about hard work though today, personally, and this is what I want to give to you, is that hard work to me means I'm focused. Focused energy. Focused thought. This is one of the things I teach in the Empire Building 101. Actually, it's the very first pillar. Focused, follow one course until successful. That in and of itself is hard for most people. They're not accustomed to actually thinking about one thing and following it through. And that could look like 90 minutes at a time, or an hour at a time, or like one goal or something like that. So that's how I've redefined hard work. I know that most of you waste a shit ton of time. I know because I see your calendars, and I promise, I guarantee all of you right now, I'll pay somebody $500 if you come to me and you are in one of my programs. And I should put this out there. This is so fun. $500. If during one of our programs, like if you were in Empire Building 101 and I went through your calendar and I couldn't find an extra 5 or 10 hours a week, I'll pay you $500. I'll pay you $500. That's how confident I am about it. And so your concept, your fear of success, and I'm already working so hard, is that it's because you don't even know how much time you're wasting and how much more effective you could be. So let's go to your judgment worry about fear of failure. Is this helpful? Who's resonating with all of this? Can you put some comments? I'm going to look at my computer right now. Thanks, Tanya. Tanya says, hard work threw me into anxiety. I learned a ton, though. Self-care is important. Julie says, this. Jessica says, I've been working through the physical presence if I was. Tanya says, oh my gosh, I've already been there. It's a lonely place. There you go. All right. I'm glad this is resonating. Keep the comments coming. Yes, Lori says, thank you. Keep the comments coming, because this dynamic, the way this camera is, I'm looking at the camera, but behind the camera, I'm seeing my computer screen, so I can see your comments and your hearts. Gabby gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. So, fear of failure. You ready? And then we're going to finish going through the fear breakthrough formula. Tracy says, it's being productive rather than busy. Yes. So I talk about this, like, stop being so crazy busy, like rip off your crazy busy badge. Like we all have this badge of honor. I'm so busy. And this is why you fear saying no to people. This is your judgment stuff again, the fear breakthrough formula using J, the judgment. And this is this mindset piece, guys, about visibility and being afraid to say no to somebody and not saying yes to yourself. So let's get to that. Really, it's like the fear of failure. Fear of failure comes from, Olga says, I know it logically, but resist it emotionally. So good, so true. So our fear of failure looks like this. And I really, this is personally one of my things. So I'll be really candid with you that this is like, I don't fear success. I own 2 homes. I'm the breadwinner in my family. I live in an incredibly beautiful home. I just bought a house on the river. That's 51 minutes door to door. So you'll be seeing in this summer, because we'll be redoing some stuff in May. We take ownership in May. And I'll be doing some of these lives with the river behind me. Anyhow, besides that, in the mountains in the background, blah, blah, blah. My point is, I don't fear success. I'm willing to do what the hell it takes. I have a CEO hat. I'm running a company. I have clients globally. I'm willing to put in the hours. I'm willing to put in the time. I'm willing to do the assessment of where I waste time, how I can be more productive. Like it's a game for me, right? Like this whole pandemic, this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm actually like having so much fun. I'm cleaning out my computer. I've got this social media coming up, right? That you all are in. Empire Building, one of the first cohorts that's starting on Monday. And there's going to be more of those. I have my mastermind. I have my private corporate clients. Like I'm having so much fun. And I'm still working a lot. Like I put in a lot of hours because I enjoy it, not because I'm working like a dog. And then I still am playing Monopoly. Play Monopoly with my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter, River. And, you know, I hate Monopoly, but I play it. This is what fear of failure looks like. And then I'm just going to kind of move through things quickly. Fear of failure, this is my personal one. We all have these big goals, guys, right? My big goal is this life that I have, right? I created this big, amazing life, which I want to help you do. Create yours. And my fear of failure is that it goes away. My fear of failure is that, oh my God, what if I can't sustain it? Right? So what is this? We know this is like our primal thing, right? Safety and security. So for me personally, when it comes to judging myself, is that blind spot that I have is that fear of failure, where then I can work too much, then I can get an overload. And so my fear of failure looks like sometimes like I might procrastinate. Who here has ever procrastinate? Who here has ever sabotaged themselves, right? So that's how fear of failure can show up. Let me give you some other examples from clients. Ready? So sabotaging themselves. And sabotage, not just in their business, meaning not that they've just not followed through, but let me say what it looks like in business and personal life when you have fear of failure. So let's say you want to lose 10 pounds and you just you've lost 8, then you start eating again, right? Your fear of failure kicks in like, oh God, why bother? I'm going to gain it all back anyhow. Here's another one, fear of failure. You put on an amazing webinar, a great workshop, and then you make no offer, right? Offer to work with me. I'm showing up here, y'all, because I'm showing you I know what I'm talking about. So eventually I'm going to be like, come on, like who wants to get on the phone with me and talk about working with me? But and so somebody could do that. They could put that out there like, hey, get on the phone. Let's talk Mary Bicknell, marybicknell.com, call with Mary. And then what I do is I cancel all the calls, right? I mean, I don't do that. These are things that people could do to sabotage themselves. Or maybe they over deliver. Have you ever thought about that? Your fear of failure causes you to have horrible boundaries. You don't think you value your fear of failure is like, am I giving enough? Do I know enough? Am I worthy? Let me over deliver so that this client thinks I'm so great so that they don't fail because their failure somehow means I'm a failure. All of which is the mindset stuff that you need to work through. Who can relate to that? Who's like, oh my God. So This is one of the things I work on really with clients because most of the time they way over deliver. All right, let's move on. Let me see if I can get this camera to be just right. It takes a second. Okay, so give me a second. This is right. I'm turning the camera, but you can't see. Let me get a cup of coffee. All right, actually, it needs to go more like that. Let me see if that can go right there. Okay, so what happens with that judgment? That judgment triggers a feeling, right? That judgment triggers a feeling. There we go. Let me just do it a little bit more. There we go. That triggers a feeling and triggers an expectation. So, for example, if you are, if your fear is fear of success, and that triggers the feeling of anxiety because you have the expectation that everybody's going to leave you, then you might have a bad attitude about it. Like, I can't believe that they're even thinking about leaving me. And then you know, it impacts all of your relationships. And so your reaction is usually not positive. It's negative, right? If you fear judgment, let's just use life stuff, right? You're trying to lose 20 pounds and you have some fear that people are going to judge you, like, oh my God, all my friends, I'm not going out on beer pizza Friday night. And then you have a feeling of like despair or worry. Well, what am I going to do then? What am I going to do with them on Friday night? I don't know whether I'm going to be able to go and sit and have that beer. Oh, what are they going to think about me? They expect, I expect I'm not going to be able to follow through with that. And then you get this attitude, okay? Can you see how? So I want you all to write this JFEAR, judgment, feeling, expectation, attitude, and what's your response? So that is one of the formulas I want to teach you. Here's another one. And we're going to plug this in today. Here's another one. The results formula. Again, classic cognitive behavioral. Okay? So, I'm going to write this bigger so that you can see this. So, let's talk about the situation. Visibility. Your situation right now is visibility in building a business. So, the results formula, I am all about results, guys. I am all about results. Okay? You can look at my website, marybicknell.com, and see results from some clients, which I have about 15 more client testimonials I need to put up there. But anyhow, so here we have visibility. So here is like a circumstance. It's neutral. Some people love showing up online. So what your visibility right now is what we're all about with the social media challenge, right? So what I want to do is I want to show you that typically we have a default thought that creates an emotion that triggers our behavior and that yields a result. I want today for you each to come up with an intentional thought that creates an emotion or a feeling so that you have behavior that gives you the results you want. Ready? So can you put in the comments, and I know there's a delay, so I'm sorry about that right now. Megan says, yep. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments while, well, let me see if I can turn this a little bit more. I want you to think about right now, can you all give me a thought and type it in the comments and be vulnerable. Please just go ahead and do it, right? Can you reset so we can see the full board? I'm trying to do that. Thank you, Tanya. Definitely. I'm going to do that. When I say get on and go do your first Facebook Live, how many of you, can you share, put it in the comments and tell me what your real thought comes up. All right, let me try and move this. What's your thought that comes up when you think, oh my God? And again, remember guys, I'm reading this off of my computer, so there is a delay. Fear of how it looks. Thank you. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Fear of how it looks. Ugh. What are people going to say? Thank you. I don't know how. Thank you. I'm going to plug some of these in so that you can see this thinking. Okay. So if your default thought or you could call it your negative thought, right? If your negative thought is my physical appearance, my skin's breaking out. Okay. Thank you for all being So transparent. Donna says, yikes, what if I screw up and have limited, useful, valuable information? What will people thank you all for sharing those? Oh, those are so good. And we're going to use those so that you can really see how this can shift. Okay. So let's say your thought is, what will people think? Right? What will people think because maybe of what you've said, or what if you screw it up, or what does my skin look like, right? All of those things. Thank you so much for sharing those, right? What emotion comes up for you? So for those of you who commented, I want you to, because I'm having you actually do this live now. So what will people think? The emotion that comes up for some of you are probably fear, or dread, or worry, or anxiety. Pick one. Write this formula down, right? Default thinking, negative thought, emotion, behavior. Okay. So what do you think if you're feeling like, oh my God, what will people think of me? And that it fills you with dread. We know as cognitive behaviorists, right? Our behavior is you're not going to show up. You're not going to show up. You are not going to do a Facebook Live. You're not going to do a post. You're not going to ask people to get on the phone with you. You're not going to do a webinar. You're not going to do a masterclass. You're not going to show your brilliance. And what's the result? The result is no money, which means you're not going to be building your business. So how can we turn this into an intentional thought? Now, I want to tell you, this is not just like, oh yeah, you're going to be a millionaire. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an intentional thinking where you are thinking a thought that actually creates an emotion that will inspire you to do the action of building the business. For example, an intentional thought could look like, what will people think? What if you said it differently? What will people think? And that really, you allow that to create the motion of excitement. Let's take a second right now. I want you to think a thought right now. I want you to think about some juicy something that you want to share with your ideal client. Maybe you know how to help them have a better relationship with their partner. Maybe you know how to help them get unstuck. Maybe you know how to help them ease some anxiety of starting a new job. Maybe you know how to, whatever the service it is that you can offer people. And what if you had the thought instead, deliberately, oh my God, what will people think about this great information? What will people about my great knowledge? And you had excitement. Do you think that you would show up? You would be visible? And the result would be you would be building your business and your community and your tribe. We're going to do a couple more of these. I'll leave that on there for a second. Let's do another one of these. I'm going to put in here, right? We're talking about visibility, building your business. What about, so we're going to do just intentional thoughts right now. I want to help you have intentional thoughts that you can be working on every single morning. Because these intentional thoughts, we know this as therapists also. We know this is just people, right? The goal here is that you have, that you are thinking the thought that's creating that emotion to have you follow through on some action. Okay? So an intentional thought might look like, I am learning to get better, to be more visible. Right? Do you see how I'm saying I am learning to be more visible? It's not like I'm so visible, or I'm like the most visible person, or I love social media. You got to think a thought that actually that you believe, not some BS thought. Again, this is not like rote affirmations. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be, no. This is about how can you change your belief, because your thoughts are habituated. Your mindset, your thinking is habituated. So if you are actually in a place of like, I am learning to be visible, How much more effective do you think that's going to be for you to be gentle, kind, loving to yourself? And maybe just do things a little bit at a time. If you're in learning mode, so if you had that thought, I'm learning to be visible, what comes up for you? Who wants to share in the comments? Um, what comes up for you if you're thinking, I am learning to be visible? Now, when we go, during our social media, guys, we will be doing Zoom, so I'll be able to actually, I can still learn. Great, grace, yes, right. So you're giving yourself a break, right? You're feeling the emotion of giving yourself some grace, which you would give to somebody else, right? Right. I can do that. It's okay to make mistakes. I can still learn. All that is great. So that creates an emotion of probably being willing, right? Or maybe even excited. And so if you feel like that, you're going to be more willing to show up or maybe do a live or a post or another CTA, which is call to action, which might be like sign up for my webinar, sign up for my, So Jessica says, I'm learning to be visible and own my beauty. I am a complete package, being vulnerable, being human, compassion, and gentleness. That's great. Practice creates more and more positive outcomes. We learn by practicing. Exactly. So when you practice and you do more and more and you continue, your behavior is to continue to practice, your result is you're going to increase your visibility, which will increase your tribe or your community of prospective clients. And of course, the more clients you have, the bigger your business. Who can resonate with that? Who sees how this process, if you did this every morning, so the results formula is write down a situation, write down the circumstance. For us right now, we're working on social media challenge, which is all around visibility. How can you have an intentional thought? So when that default, that negative thought comes up, how can you actually, this negative thought, how can you actually turn this around? Instead of like, oh my God, what are people going to think of my bad skin? Thank you, Lori. And Carol says yes. Instead, what if you had an intentional thought of, nobody's paying attention to my skin. Everybody's listening to the words I'm saying, right? So if you had the thought, I'm showing up online because the words I have to say are more important than how I look. And you know this to be true too, right? So we're going to do this a little bit during the week. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to do it from a life coaching perspective, because some of you are here and I want you to be able to see this and how this might be beneficial for your clients. Let's say the situation or circumstance for a client. Let's say you are a life coach for women 35 and older who are like wondering what they're doing with their life, and they're feeling stuck, and they're just like, I don't know, should I have my own business? Should I not have my own business? And they're in, let's just call it transition for lack of a better word. Now, when I work with you, we really iron this out. We don't just say, I work with women in transition. That is insufficient. Okay? For the moment here, though, whatever. What I'm doing is giving you an example. So let's just say that this woman is 35. She's divorced. She doesn't have a kid yet. No babies. And she's supporting herself. So maybe she's having a negative thought of, oh my God, I'm old and I don't have a baby. No baby. Right? Maybe that's her thinking. Oh my God, I'm never going to have a baby. I'm old. I'm never going to have a baby. And she's so upset about this. And you can plug this in anything, right? I need to lose 10 pounds. Oh my God, I can't lose 10 pounds. And then what do you think her behavior is? Let's get real, right? So this emotion or feeling is going to make her feel depressed, not clinical depression, guys. This is the other thing. Oops. Oh, shoot. This is the other thing. You have to remember that We use the word depression in our society like lay people. Let me see. I'm trying to fix this. I see now that, oops. Huh. Yeah, and Tracy says, my ideal client won't be judging me. Like you all are not judging me from having this little hiccup situation here. Here we go. Great. So, if you have the 35-year-old divorced, no baby, no kid, support yourself in transition. Oh my God, I'm old, no baby. She might feel depressed. What do you think her behavior is? She's probably not dating. She might not be taking great care of herself. Right? And so that would result in, obviously, if she's not dating, not taking good care of herself, not trying to make a difference, not accepting or saying, oh my God, it's okay if I don't have that. Her result is that if she's wanting to be remarried, the result is no relationship. So we would be working on helping her have a different thought. So let me show you. So we would be helping her work on an intentional thought that might look like, now's the perfect time. This could be one thing. For me to fall in love with me. Right? And then that might make her feel, maybe the first time ever, compassionate toward herself. And I know I'm writing sloppy. And then her behavior might be, maybe she eats better. Maybe she is decreasing her work all the time. And the result is that when she loves herself more, when she loves me more, she will be more available or have bigger opportunities. So my point in showing you this is we can plug this results formula in, and you can use your classic cognitive behavioral. I'm turning this around now so I can see you again. Your classic cognitive behavioral skills. My goal is to help you think about all the ways that you can turn your clinical skills into coaching skills. Does that make sense? I want to thank you also for being flexible. Can you see how no matter what, here it is, it still all works out. I'm going to actually be downloading this, and I will make sure I'm going to be sharing this over into, thank you for the love and the hearts. I'm going to be sharing this over into our other group. This is the thing I want you to recognize, is that you have the power. Thank you for the hearts. You have the power to create your business, and you have the ability to overcome your mindset. You have to be diligent about working on it, though. Who here is making a commitment? Thank you for the love. Who here is willing to make the commitment of practicing that fear breakthrough formula? Like, I am experiencing judgment right now. What are some of the judgments, right? My fear of judgment around what people are thinking about me, a fear of success, fear of failure. What am I judging myself, right? Thank you. She's saying she can't wait till Monday. I know, it's good stuff, right? And like, are you committed 100%? Are you committed to doing the work? See, when you work on your mindset and and this isn't again like, I swear I'm going to be, it's not that. It's like when you learn to say words to yourself that you believe. For me, for example, thank you for sharing. I'm looking, I'm all in no excuses, right? When you allow yourself, let's just use that. Tanya says no excuses. Let's use that word. When you allow yourself not to have excuses, which by the way, I swear to God, the excuses that I hear, and there's a difference. And I teach this to clients. I'm just going to plant a seed for you. There is a difference between excuses and reasons. And it's tricky the way our brain works, that it really, is having us think that our excuses are reasons. Most of the time they're not. When you get to the point where you allow yourself to be not in judgment, right? Lori says that she's going to start using that results formula more, right? It's so good. When you start recognizing that you have the power of controlling your thoughts. There's a difference between being controlling, which means you're in that grappling, grabby of everybody else. And, that's when you're trying to manipulate them because you think that they control you. They hurt my feelings. No, it's the thought that you had about what they said that hurt your feelings. See, we have to recognize where we have control. You have control about how you think, how you feel in your behavior. That's all the control you have, y'all. This gets back into taking 100% responsibility. So if you want a big, amazing empire, you want to have a big, bold life in biz, you want to have everything that you say that you want to make money, you want to have time freedom, you want to feel solid and confident and emotionally strong, then you have to master your mindset. And that is how we're going to end it today. So thanks for being flexible about the whole technology. Make sure that you go and invite 10 people. Invite 10 people, like good people, right? And also go into the group right now and make sure that you go into the members area and find links. And if you're watching this video and you're not in the challenge, that's okay. I want to invite you right now because I'm posting this video into other areas online. I want to invite you to go right now to marybicknell.com/challenge and show up for Get Visible, Get Clients, a 5-day social media client attraction challenge. And if you're watching this as a replay or a recording, you can still go to that challenge site and eventually those videos will be uploaded for you to be able to access. And so for all of you who showed up live today, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here and, do the work, get ready because Monday is going to be all on. Enjoy the day. Bye.